That's that. Okay.
They call for him all the time. Keeps doing weird stuff on YouTube. Sounds like this is a third party, so I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey man, how you doing?
not good.
What's going on?
I've been being bullied online for the last 7 years
You've been being bullied online?
by people on the internet, and I don't want to get arrested, but I want to be honest with you guys, okay? The police and those sort of people in law enforcement have helped us at all whatsoever. We've gone through lawyers, we've gone through detectives, we've gone through FBI.
I've been waiting a long time to blow your ass.
That's a fucking lie, you dumb hooker.
Good to see everybody back for another deep dive into the Cyraxx. Today's episode's going to be a little bit different from the usual ones. We're going to be focusing on two different topics today. The majority of this episode will be on the fun and interesting saga of Miss Kelly, the alleged YouTube rep that Marty had look at their situation and give a fair and just verdict. And then we will also be covering some recent body cam footage from the Akron Police Department on a recent interesting encounter they had with good boy Chance. Now this first part's going to be Marty explaining what his favorite arc is, explaining why it's this Miss Kelly arc, and goes over some of the stuff that made him enjoy it so much. And then we're gonna go through the actual arc ourselves and see all the goodness that went down. It's honestly pretty incredible to see that Cyraxx would fall for something like this, thinking that YouTube would do this live on a StreamYard stream on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, any platform. It's actually pretty funny. But let's see what good old Cyraxx gets into here.
Yeah, so people have been asking, like, so Marty, like, what's your favorite Cyraxx rage? Like, what's like your, your all-time favorite, like, recent saga? And I really had to think about it, because, like, they all kind of, this might sound bad. It's probably not, like, the best, self-promotion or marketing. But after, like, a little bit of thought, and mainly only because, like, a lot of work went into it, Cyraxx was, like, extremely confident that everything would go his way, and there's a whole lot of back and forth. I'd have to go with the whole Mrs. Kelly YouTube saga, only because, he was sure, I just spoke with YouTube, Marty, and let's just say that they're not really pleased with you. And I guess in the end, he turned out to be right. But seeing, like, his confidence escalate and escalate, continue to increase, only to have that crushing blow, I personally thought it was pretty fulfilling.
This is definitely one of the more interesting arcs I've seen so far, where like Chance really has the chance to potentially get a W for once. Like, he's even being set up for it, and he just can't seem to grasp that. He can't seem to understand that if he just kind of acts like a human being for like maybe even just an hour of his day, he could probably actually get that oh so elusive dub on good old Marty boy. But unfortunately, as we're gonna see here next, we all know how Cyraxx can get. He'll start off calm, he's gonna do good for a couple of seconds, but he's gonna pop off like a firework, brother. He just has that goblin rage in him.
How are you doing tonight?
Quite well, actually. Better than you're gonna be here in a little bit.
Well, you seem very civil tonight.
That's because I know all this is finally coming to an end, and you're finally going to get what you deserve.
Well, then I look forward to a just decision. I've spoken with Mrs. Kelly at great length over
All
the past.
right. And needless to say, all I'm going to say is this, is that she is not very happy with you or your friends.
Well, I also know that she's not very happy with you, but I'm willing to let her use her discretion and come to a just decision. Are you willing to abide by it?
All I'm going to say is this. All I have ever asked of you is for you to leave me alone, yet you have multiple times refused to do so.
Hello, Miss Kelly.
Hey, Miss Kelly, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Just give me 1 second. I'm just setting up
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's all good.
Take all the time you need. I also just want to go out and say that I appreciate your patience with some people regarding all this, with their chronic and constant violations of terms of service. And I think
Which would be you, Nick, because you have violated their terms of service multiple times, including breaking into my YouTube channel and not only taking down videos that I post and posting videos that I did not post.
Well, yeah, I know that I'm not doing that. So,
oh, but you are.
I was just saying in our Discord, which you can find down below, that we recently started here for this whole fun rabbit hole lore of the Lolcows that I'll be covering on this channel, is that it almost seems like this is Chance's catchphrase at this point. Oh, but you are. Oh, but I do, etc, etc. It's actually kind of funny. It's like his little evil villain punchline, but like it never really goes anywhere. It's really sad. Reminds me of like some sort of Phineas and Ferb episode. Anyways, so the king of self-projection is once again out here saying everything that could possibly describe him as a human being about everybody else, and then never really seeing himself in a mirror. I mean, even if he was self-aware, he's probably just so far gone on this train of delusion that he can't turn back now. He can't turn back now. What's gonna happen? He's already 6 miles in.
It's gotta be one of your followers, which makes you responsible.
Everyone knows, and I'm hoping Mrs. Kelly is everybody, but I don't have control of my followers.
Let me ask you this, Nick. How can I post those videos to that channel if I was asleep? And I have two witnesses that can
I was asleep too. I was asleep too. So
then, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Because obviously you've given out my password to multiple people.
Well, here's the thing, though. You have a habit of whipping your penis out because you're a sick sex pest. You did it just the other night, right? Last night, even.
It never gets old that Cyraxx genuinely has no real backing to any of the claims he makes. Nothing could be substantiated ever. It's just him saying, well, I have some friends who can say something. My family can. And half the time when he's like, hey, Ed, you know, how many times did they do this? And Ed's always like, I don't know, because he's perked out of his mind probably. So, honestly, I don't know who Chance is fooling. I don't know, like, if he seems to think that anybody thinks he sounds legitimate or substantiated in any way. But it just sounds like a crackhead half the time, spouting out some random stuff on the street.
Like I told Miss Kelly, everything I have done been because of what you've put me through for the last 7 years.
Including uploading these videos to your channel?
That's the thing. I did not upload those. I have multiple witnesses that can verify that I did, in fact, not upload those videos.
Ooh, but how can anyone possibly witness that? We witnessed you getting
Nick,
off.
I have two family members that were downstairs that knew I was asleep.
One's a drug addict, the other's 43. You can check the police reports.
And here's the thing.
I apologize for that.
You know, I'm actually sorry.
Nick, I want to say this. None of my family are drug addicts, and I don't know what the hell 33 is, but they're not that either.
Had overdose, but I'll pray for him in his recovery.
Here's the thing. He did not overdose. Matter of fact, he's doing quite well. He's downstairs passed out like a light right now. He's doing great.
How typical.
Cyraxx probably repeats this same line 350 times in this video. Like, it's actually crazy. I went through the whole long stream and like literally everything was just this. Every time Miss Kelly's like, well, you pulled your willy out, or you did this, or why'd you do that, why'd this happen? He's like, everything I have done is because of the trolls. They made me do this. They had a gun to my head. I swears it. And then of course, you know, Marty goes and questions him a little bit, and then he's like, well, my parents could see it. Well, one was asleep and one's a perkhead, so like, you know, you don't really have a great support system here.
Now, would you care to explain to Miss Kelly how you supposedly own me, like you said the other night?
Well, so I don't feel that I own you. I don't want to waste any Mrs. Kelly's time.
Then why did you say it the other night?
I didn't say that.
But you did.
That's where you're wrong.
No, that's not where I'm wrong, Nick. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to con your way out of this crap. And what I want to know is, why is it that you photoshopped me to make it look like I killed my friend when I had several witnesses confirmed for the fact that I did not, in fact, kill him, and that I was here at home when that shit went down? So what I want to know, Nick, is why do you keep making up all these lies when you know that what you're doing is wrong, dude? Like I have told her, and she knows this. As a matter of fact, but everything I have done, Nick, has been because you have pushed me to that point, because you've left me no choice but to do those things, because I told her, I'm not done. And like I told her, every bit of law enforcement has basically left me and my family to fend for ourselves, with no choice but to fend for ourselves, which left me no choice but to do the things that I did. in hopes that you would fucking back off and leave me the hell alone.
Have I mentioned in this series that Chance Wilkins is a broken record who says the same thing over and over and over again, thinking he's gonna get a different result, and essentially that is what insanity is? Because Cyraxx is insane. Like, how many times are we gonna hear this crazy sob story that you can't substantiate, and every time you act like you're the victim here, it's just because you did something. You're like, I only did it because, you know, Marty was messing with me. It's like, dude, you're 30 plus years old. What, you're like 34 at this point? You can't be acting like this online, brother. There's children on these websites. They could stumble upon that. You're over here on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all these places where children are roaming. Come on, brother.
Because like I told you, Nick, I deserve to make a living, whether it's on here, whether it's on Kick, on Twitch.
Kelly,
You and I both know that you're a lying piece of shit.
Miss
And
Kelly.
Miss Kelly
Well,
has all
we
the
don't
evidence
allow
to back
cross
it up.
promotion, so.
Right, and like I said, Miss Kelly, I'm not trying to promote any other sites. I'm just basically, you know, making and basically stating an example of some of the stuff that he's done. And he's
I don't
done this
want to go to any other
he's
site.
done this on multiple sites. He's done.
I don't want to go to any other sites. I love YouTube. I think it's a great platform.
No, you're not just on YouTube, Nick. You are on several other sites, including Kick and on Twitch.
That's not true.
Mention you're on Rumble, just like William is, and just like N-Word Boy is as well. And you can't deny that, Nick. Because Nick, what you need to realize is you're a terrorist.
Kind of tickles me to know that whoever is playing this voice of Miss Kelly is doing a fantastic job. Like, honestly, the voice kills me. It sounds like some snooty ass librarian. It's really cool. But on top of that, it's really funny to see Chance just absolutely already losing his mind. Can't really talk like an articulate human being. Has already cut off and called everybody names several times. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, even in a world of insanity like we are in the Raxiverse here, there has to be a point to where you can, like, at the very least, talk like a human being, articulate your side, and see how the ruling goes. Like, I couldn't imagine if this guy actually had to take any sort of stand in court. Like, he's lucky he didn't have to do that, because I think it would have been a very interesting turn of events. Hopefully, one of these days, they bring back some of those padded rooms.
The things you have done to me and my family exceed far beyond.
Miss Kelly, should I just let him go on this ramble? He's not going to stop talking, right? He's just not. I don't want
I was letting him get some things off his chest, but Mr. Wilkins, if you do want to wrap this up, because I think we have a general idea of what's going on here.
Yeah, and like I said, Miss Kelly, I'm not trying to waste your time or anybody's time. I'm just saying that what this man has done, and I'm sure that you've seen by the photos and the videos, that what this man has done far exceeds a level of terrorism that does need to be dealt with in the proper manner. There's a lot of people that are going to end up getting hurt because of this person, and I don't want to see any other YouTubers like myself.
Miss Kelly was trying to speak. Chance, be
Yeah,
quiet.
there's definitely some disturbing things I've seen during this investigation. I will confirm that, yes.
That, like, you know, me being a YouTuber.
Can you elaborate, Miss Kelly? I trust whatever decision you're going to make. You know, you've reviewed all the evidence, and
I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of the actions you have taken are unsavory, to say the least.
I know.
They're not something we can endorse or promote, but keeping that in mind, I will say the most flagrant violation we have seen is from Mr. Wilkins, though.
Oh no, they got our man Marty, and he did some unsavory things, to say the least. And, you know, that's bad as it is. That's not all good. That's not all good. But you know what's worse than all of that? All of the shenanigans Mr. Marty has been up to? The guy over here, Cyraxx, who whips out his willy dozens and dozens of times on live streams on multiple platforms where children could be watching, is interesting. It's very interesting. You know, it doesn't matter if it's Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Kick. Just seems like this guy can't keep his willy in his pants. So I could say, as a proud YouTuber, I wholeheartedly endorse what Miss Kelly has said so far.
I'm
And yet
saying,
you're
where is the basis of trust? If the last conversation we had, you explicitly told me you understood that exposing yourself without
But I
context of
also
educational
explained to you,
purposes
I
is strictly violated, and then you did it past
But
that
as
conversation after you made assurances that you would stop.
Everything I have done has been out of what this man is supposed to do. Matter of fact, last night, and CIA hole himself can confirm this, along with another friend of mine named Gigi Allen in Discord. They both can sit here and confirm without a shadow of a doubt that this man tried to get, and I do literally mean tried to get, a man who is handicapped to drink bleach until he killed himself because they believe that that man was a pedophile, and that was their way of dealing with the issue. And I'm sorry, Miss Kelly, but if you guys don't do something about
I'm
this,
just curious if your promises come with conditions, because I was made assurances in our last conversation that this would not repeat.
like I told you,
and then
when
it
it comes
did.
down,
Sorry, you
and
just
like I-
interrupts.
shut up, Nick. And like I told you,
So Miss Kelly was talking, Chance. Be respectful.
and let me tell you right now, Miss Kelly, when it comes to this, man, and you've seen the evidence for yourself, so I don't understand how the hell you can back this piece of shit human being up.
I guess we really shouldn't be surprised that Chance is once again repeating the same exact thing once again, and then also getting mad at Miss Kelly and starting to turn on her and get aggressive simply because she's asking a question and bringing up a very good point. How can I trust you if after you said you would stop showing your willy on streams, you kept doing it? And he even did it the night before this stream. So it's actually kind of to a point to where it's like, bro, you either have an addiction, no self-control, or just the impulsivity of an absolute freaking insane asylum patient.
And I'll tell you right now, Miss Kelly,
I'm just
if
making
you
it clear.
endorse-
I made you
No, I'm
aware
telling you
that
right
there were
now-
minors in the chat. You were
Stop
exposed
right
yourself.
now, Miss
You made
Kelly.
assurances.
Miss Kelly,
You would not
shut
do
your
this
mouth
again.
right now.
Wow.
Because you are not doing your job correctly, Miss Kelly. If you back this human up, me and Skyhill will have no choice but to speak to your fucking boss and tell him what you're failing to do. By you siding with him, you are backing up fucking terrorists. This man has victimized not only me, but several people before me. And how many people is he gonna victimize before you guys fucking step up and put a stop to this shit? This man has terrorized me and my family for the last 7 years. I don't give a fuck about your goddamn services when it comes to shutting down a piece of shit human being. It's not about your terms of service. It's about what's right.
We operate
and what-
strictly on terms of service.
Fuck your
You may
terms
not
of
value
service,
them,
you
Mr.
dumb
Wilkins.
bitch.
They are
No,
very important
fuck
to
your
us.
goddamn terms of service. Your terms of service are a joke. I
Whoa.
have poked holes in your entire terms of service.
Our
Doing-
terms of
it's
service
not only-
illustrate
no,
what is
shut
right
the
and what
fuck
is
up,
wrong
Kelly.
according to our
This
platform.
isn't a- How many more motherfucking people?
Sir, are you
gonna suffer
aware? I was
before
made
you
aware.
man the
It is
fuck
a
up
crime
and
in
stop
Ohio.
being a bitch. Stop
It is a
being
crime
coward, Kelly.
in your
Right
state
now, you're
to
being
expose
a
yourself
coward.
on live.
You're a
You are committing
coward, Kelly.
crimes on our
By
platform.
backing him up,
Cyraxx, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? I bet you don't, because she don't want to catch nothing from that goddamn disease-ridden hole on your face. That's actually mind-blowing, brother, that you would treat somebody especially as high and prestigious as the Miss Kelly from YouTube, a representative of Google LLC, Google Inc., brother, and corporations out here, brother. Like you would say that to her? You would do this to her, especially with your channel in peril, your future in peril, your way to be able to make money for your children, your family, to take care of yourself and make a career. And this is what you're gonna say? This is what you're gonna do? It's absolutely mind-numbing. Let's continue with this brain rot.
tell you right now, I can do your job far better than you ever could. Why? Because unlike you, I actually have fucking sympathy for people
Mr.
that
Wilkins,
go
I said
through what
provide
go
me
through.
the bond
That
and make
people
the
like
vote.
you ignore. You guys sit here, you know this shit's going on, but yet you choose to fucking ignore it. Why? Because you guys are scared of punk little bitches like Marty.
Can you
that do
provide the
nothing
bullet?
but- No, shut the fuck up. I'm not done. I'm tired of YouTube just sitting aside and letting younger, smaller, more talented, and actually good content channels get pushed to the wayside, all because you guys want to promote what's bigger, all because you guys want to follow terms of service.
Sometimes I wonder if Cyraxx even really knows what his argument is, because this argument's really all over the place. He starts off in one place and then ends up in another place, and it's like, how did we go from you're not helping me with this harassment situation and all these trolls and bullies coming at me to, oh, you prioritize the popular creators over the new channels, we have talent too, blah blah blah. It's like, dog, YouTube really doesn't work that way. Like, if you make good content, people will find it eventually and watch it. I mean, that's just how it works. I mean, if anybody's being held down, I guess it definitely is Cyraxx, that's for sure. He would be making millions if it wasn't for the trolls and YouTube holding them down.
There are over 1 million videos uploaded every day.
I hate you, man. You guys need to have real people in there looking at your fucking videos. Every single fucking video needs to be analyzed by a human being, not a goddamn bullshit ass machine that can't tell whether someone's doing right or someone's doing wrong. And like I told you, I get the bad shit that I've done, but guess what, you dumb broad?
Do you? We've had a discussion about exposing yourself, and then you did it again and again, and 3 more times after that.
Fucking trust me when I say, if you don't fucking get rid of this.
Miss Kelly, I think you'd agree this is YouTube, not chat.
Shut up.
This isn't OnlyFans.
Hey, Nick, shut the fuck up, bro. And let me tell you right now, Miss Kelly, if you don't do something about this, man, I'm going to do something about YouTube, and I'm going to sue the fuck out of you guys.
Are you threatening?
Because guess what? This ain't the first time y'all have been in trouble for doing scum shit, bitch. I know your history.
The absolute delusion that Cyraxx seems to be in, that he thinks that all of YouTube should stop what they're doing, hire more people to look for videos just about bullying him, is absolutely insane. It's like, dude, come on, you're not that big of a deal, you're not that big of a commodity, nobody's making millions of dollars off of you, no matter how many times people troll you and tell you that they are. It's actually hilarious to think that YouTube would put any resources towards Cyraxx.
I will just explain the evidence you have provided. Although it's unsavory acts, nothing you have provided has shown a crime. I asked you to provide the bullet multiple times, a police report that indicated a firearm was discharged at your property. These are evidence of crimes, Mr. Wilkins. You, unfortunately, choose to expose yourself on our platform repeatedly, which is a crime in the state of Ohio. That is not something that I've been brainwashed into. It is something that has been verified by me and my staff. It is Ohio Revised Code 2907.09. That is the law that you are breaking every time you expose yourself.
Can I just say how sorry I am that you had to endure that, like even for 10 minutes or so? It hurts.
Unfortunately, this is part of the job. I've never interacted with someone like him before, but
I can say the same, and maybe just 'cause I've been dealing with it for 7 years, I'm so desensitized to all the abuse. But I know that it's like a lot to take in, and it hurts. And I guess like maybe I've just been through the 7-year war that like.
There seems to be something special going on when Cyraxx seems to think that his only real defense to get out of a situation when he's called out, like what Miss Kelly's doing here, is that he needs to be angry and cut that WWE promo, even though he knows that he did what he did, but it's because what Marty did to me, brother. It means everything else is canceled out. Cyraxx is obviously in the mental capacity of a 7-year-old. I don't think he ever really grew past that, and it's just interesting to see that he is still here trying to defend it in the same way, and then anytime somebody brings it up just a little bit, he absolutely flies off the rails, like absolutely becomes an unstable mess to try to, I think, distract everybody from what's actually going on. If he rages, if he acts like an absolute monkey, jumping around, hooting and hollering, throwing shit around the room, then people will forget about what they're actually pressing him about. At least that seems to be what his thought process is.
Oh, wow. Hey.
And Nick, this message ain't for you. This is for Miss Kelly. Miss Kelly, you think that I'm not fit for any platform, you got it messed up, you dumb bitch. The only one that ain't fit for any platform is this man right here.
The ruling is final.
No, you know what? Her word. That, man. Because you want to know something, Miss Kelly? You're a cunt-ass little...
Language not fit for any platform. I told you I'd win, Cyraxx.
Stop muting me, you hook-nosed...
I told you I'd win. I've always won.
I did a boca fag.
I've always won. You'll never beat me.
Oh, and by the way, Miss Kelly, I hope you know that I'm coming for your job, and I'm coming after YouTube. I will be letting your boss know that you have failed to do your job. You really think that taking this man's monetization?
Well, I'm not monetized.
It don't matter.
Oh, you thought Cyraxx was done there? No. As we know, Rax can't just let it go. He said his piece 15 different times in 15 different ways. Hell, he even said it 15 times in the same way. But yet he still has to come back and let Miss Kelly know he's coming for her. He's got people gunning for her. Watch out, brother.
Did he try to expose himself already?
He did. He just did.
I just got notified you tried to expose yourself again.
Shut your little punk ass up, Kelly the broad, Kelly the bitch, Kelly the fucking cunt that don't
You
know how
can
to do
continue
her
to
fucking
ramble.
job.
It's not
No,
going to be
shut
advantageous.
your,
Do you
because
think you're
ain't
hurting
shit
somebody's...
compared. No, you don't shut the and sit and no. Shut your crackhead ass up, you dumb broad. Let me tell you right now. Let me break down something reality.
Let me break down
Or,
nothing
no,
but
shut up,
empty
bitch
threats.
nasal. You
Hate
think
speech.
that no, you think that this man not being monetized matters? No, this punk ass is gonna make money off of donations. You fucking not monetizing him doesn't mean shit to him.
You're
gonna
allowed to
make
get
money off
donations.
of
It's
no.
not my fault if you
Shut
do
the
not
fuck
receive
up,
them.
bitch.
There might be a reason no one supports you, Mr. Wilkins.
I'm sure by now, the majority of the audience, anybody with some common sense knows Miss Kelly's not actually a representative of YouTube, but the fact that Cyraxx is doing a classic Cyraxx promo on her, sitting there pointing at her, screaming at her, calling her all kind of bitches, all kind of C words, all kinds of other words, it's absolutely just a privilege to be able to witness such a absolute insane human being, somebody who can't even remotely pretend to be normal for more than a minute, somebody who has to rage out, racks out if you will, and he wonders why nobody respects him. It's absolutely adorable.
Whatever you want to believe, I'm just informing you.
No, shut the fuck up.
You have exposed yourself.
Hey,
My
Horvath.
team
Hey,
is going to be
Horvath.
in contact
Shut
with
your
Akron
bitch
Police
ass
Department.
up, slut.
You were warned
Shut up,
twice.
cunt. Shut
Twice.
up, bitch. You're mad
On 2 separate
because I'm
occasions, you were told
exposing
not
you.
to
No,
expose
shut
your penis
whore
on live
ass
stream.
up, you dumb. Let me explain this to you, Miss
Okay.
Kelly. Since you don't seem to understand the bigger picture, let me spell it out for you. Since you want to have
Please
the
do.
mind, since you want to have the mind of a fucking preschool.
Let's get to the spelling portion.
No, what you don't seem to understand is what this man has done is far worse than what ever done. You want normal? You want normal? How about getting rid of a terrorist off your platform, which is music?
No, I'm just saying you said you were normal before this. Are you saying you're not normal now?
Because of the shit that he's done? No, I'm not. And that ain't my fault. That's his fault.
Word on the street is Miss Kelly still has her YouTube credentials, so I guess Chance didn't really have as much sway as he thought he did. I guess when he got on that call with her manager, she, didn't agree with what he had to say. But now, I guess that'll be the end of this one. There's a little bit more, but it keeps going in circles. We all know how Cyraxx is. He's gonna continue saying, I did this because Marty did things to me. And he even tries this excuse with some police recently. So next, we're gonna jump into this recent body cam footage from the Akron Police Department and see how Rax tries to explain himself for exposing himself online.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on? We got a call. Did you guys call? We didn't call.
Someone called about Chance.
That must have been somebody else. It wasn't us.
All right. Is he here?
Yeah.
Does he need us?
I don't know.
He said he was outside, so if he hasn't been
he's-
outside,
He's not outside.
could be somebody messing with him, but he doesn't, as far as you know, he doesn't need us or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right. You want to grab him? We can talk to him real quick, but it could be somebody messing with him.
I don't know if he's gonna come out and talk to you guys or not.
Okay, if he doesn't want us to talk to us, see what's going on with him. I said he has a YouTube channel that people call him.
He's had calls from welfare checks for
Oh, that's that. Okay. They call for him all the time. Keeps doing stuff on YouTube.
I just can't on earth imagine being a rookie at the Akron Police Department and being kind of initiated, if you will, hazed, if you will, and being sent to the 43's house at 339 Lloyd. The cop you see on screen looks like he's so over it. He's so tired of this pathetic life form wasting his time and the taxpayers' dollars by them having to come out here all the damn time. And he gives him a pretty hard time. He shows him no sympathy. And honestly, I'm all for it. I don't think Rax deserves a single ounce of sympathy, knowing that he's a 34-year-old grown-ass man out here showing himself online thinking that's gonna do anything for anybody.
Sounds like this is a third party, so I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey man, how you doing?
not good.
What's going on?
I've been being bullied online for the last 7 years
You've been being bullied online?
by people on the internet, and I don't want to get arrested, but I want to be honest with you guys, okay? The police and those sort of people in law enforcement have helped us at all whatsoever. We've gone through lawyers, we've gone through detectives, we've gone through FBI, and it's led me to do things on the internet that I don't want to do to stop these people. And I don't want to be doing this shit, but they keep on attacking me, him, my family. We've tried going through every legal route we can, and I mean every legal route that we can.
Like I said in the previous clip, imagine being a rookie, having to hear this BS, this like 4'2" little goblin that's scabbing on the top of his head, smells terrible, and is like, ow, when like nothing really even happened on his way out, just to try to look like he's weak and feeble. I hate it. It's predatory, it's malicious, it's disgusting. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows how to try to present himself as a victim, but he's so stupid while doing so that he forgets there's hours and hours and hours of content online. The police is even going to say, hey, there's a Cyraxx archive channel. And he's like, that's not me. But it's like, dog, it doesn't matter if it's you or not.
I've tried getting help. I've even gone to counseling. I've done all kinds of stuff. Matter of fact, just the other day, I just got done with therapy for the first time in how many years then? Since like 2012. And I don't know what to do. These guys have been harassing me, my family. They've made death threats, bomb threats. If you look on the roof right here, they've thrown paint on our house. They dropped it from a drone, and nobody will do anything to help, and I don't know what to do. I am scared of these guys. I truthfully don't know what to do, and if you guys can help me figure this out, I will do whatever I can to help you guys. And I don't know what else to do about these guys. Me and my friends every day are constantly trying to figure out what can we do to stop these guys, because these guys are online. They are constantly harassing him, calling. How many times would you say they call your phone? Like they call his phone many times.
His mom got her phone changed. Phone number changed. They had 3 days they had the number.
And we don't know how they got it. We don't know.
I don't even know why Ed comes out and even like entertains the conversation, because like he adds literally zero to it. I mean, I know Cyraxx is leaning on him just to try to make himself look a little more legitimate, but Ed apparently actually has stuff on his phone and he shows them later in these clips. I don't really show much of that because it's the same thing you've seen a million times in these body cams. But it's interesting for like, he's like, oh well, Ed, didn't you get a bunch of calls? I don't know. It's like, how do you not know, bro? Like, come on, like you're not helping the situation at all. If you really don't want to be harassed anymore just as much as Chance doesn't, don't you think you'd show a little more enthusiasm? Don't you think you'd show just a little more enthusiasm in the chance that you might have some help to get this to stop? Probably just because he's too perked out, to be honest.
Are you still putting stuff on YouTube, man?
No.
We told you a couple times.
No, I've been retired from that. I've been retired.
You said you're gonna stay off of YouTube.
Yeah, and I am. But what happened
was... You haven't been on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm not on there at all anymore, at all whatsoever.
When's the last time you got on? The Cyraxx archives?
That's not mine. That's somebody else.
Okay, so you can't sit here and say, oh, people are reaching out to you, saying they're going to beat your ass, threatening you and everything else. When they're reaching out to you because you're exposing yourself online.
No, the reason why I did...
It doesn't matter why you did it. You understand it's social media, right? You're a grown man. They're saying there's kids on these apps, right?
And I apologize.
But it doesn't matter. You still did it. We came here for you doing the same thing on YouTube.
I am genuinely sorry. I just don't know what to do.
But you saying you're sorry doesn't change the fact that some kid can see your video on social media.
I like how you can just look at the main cop's face and just see how he doesn't give a single flying crap about anything that's being said to him. He just wants to have to stop coming out here. And honestly, he's right. He's told them several times, not even just him, but everybody else at the Akron Police Department have said, hey, just get this guy off the internet and your problems will likely be solved. Eventually, maybe 6 months to a year down the line, you'll probably stop seeing this level of harassment. And then on top of that, it'll probably go away eventually forever if he just stays off for a prolonged period of time. But this is Cyraxx and the 43s at 339 Lloyd we're talking about. They seem to thrive with this type of... They seem to thrive with this type of attention. They seem to enjoy it. As much as they say they don't like it, they seem to really revel in how many times people show up. I mean, over 100 times this year alone? Come on, man. That's such a waste of tax dollars. Akron PD must be absolutely tired of it. And honestly, it's kind of funny. In a previous video, we saw a clip where they did like a welfare check off on Chance after he was allegedly supposed to have killed himself. Nobody answered the door and they literally walked away. Like, that's... That's not normally how that goes.
This between us guys.
You say you want what?
I don't want to be here. I can't pay.
That's an option as well.
I get all stressed out. I just got through a surgery from the bed.
All right, boss. Just give us a call if you need us, man. You know the options, man, alright? Alright, boss. Alright. Good luck.
It's actually freaking hilarious to see Ed trying to have a little bit of a vent session and the cops are like, yeah, no, I'm out, fuck this shit. Anyways, thanks for watching another episode of this Cyraxx deep dive. There's not much more to cover in the whole Miss Kelly and the recent Akron PD shenanigans, but I do want to say thank you so much for supporting this series so far. It's crazy. Part 13. Absolutely nuts. Did not think we'd be here this fast, but we're still pretty surface level in the whole Cyraxx Raxiverse lore here, so definitely expect many more videos coming. There's still many more I want to get to, like Danny Brown and all the other fun stuff. As always, if you can hit that like button for me, leave a comment down below, maybe subscribe if you want to support the future videos. It helps this video reach a lot more. The more interaction this video receives, the more YouTube promotes it, and that helps us get much more awareness on the Cyraxx topic, and I think as many people as possible need to be aware of this delinquent.